Spark the brain, 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 spark the brain. We here. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. It's the third round, RPBs. I don't know if they ready for this one, man. You gotta switch it up on them a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Have a seat at the master's table. We ain't asked for no seat. We went and built up our own. You see, it's rather stable. You got 2 eyes, 2 ears. You know the rest. Look, listen, and observe, but also respect. In God we trust. It's obvious. The money ain't the root of all evil, but lack thereof. That's why they deprive you of resources. Why they focus on streams of income, at least 3 sources. We certified, we solidified. And they say they created hip-hop, but all that shit is lies. Cause every element came before the development of what we callin' hip-hop now. It's all relevant. So all the topics we gon' touch on. Spoiler alert, as we play this album, ain't no club songs. Boy, that hurt, but this ain't no conscious album. It's just that real shit, that Black God mantra album. I hope y'all feel this. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. My mind is spark the brain, spark the brain.
The masters, the masters, the masters, the masters.
Peace. This is the Black Dot, father, author, writer, poet, MC, one half of the dynamic duo, the #1 father and son podcast, Urban X TV. I am super excited about the new release, The Master's Table, by Sincere Love the God and RP Beats. This album is going to be crazy. It's the follow-up to The Spear and The Shield. Already know what time it is. It's got some dope pieces on it. You're going to love it. Also on the album is yours truly, The Black Dot. So you want to go to the Masters RSVP and secure your copy now. They got a bundle package. You get a backdrop, you get a poster, you get the digital download, you get the physical copy, you get a hoodie. The whole process is really crazy. So RSVP to Masters RSVP, and you can get that dope album, My Sincere Love to God and RP Beats, The Master's Table. You will never be disappointed at how dope this project is going to be. Peace.
Masters,
Master Elements.
Racism, white supremacy is a dynamic system for the ultimate purpose of white genetic survival on the planet. White supremacy.
You are in an evil system, a system that is designed deliberately to produce evil thoughts, to produce animosity, to produce violence.
Introduction to African civilizations and man-garden civilization.
Master Elements. Master Elements.
We dedicate lives to the study of history.
They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation.
The right way is clearly distinct from error.
Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people who will control it Peace, God.
Hey, Dad. He's so good.
Hey, man, I got you a new book.
A new book?
Check it out. Check it out. Let me know how you like it. I'll be back. Man, this Bitcoin, this Ethereum ain't doing nothing for me right now, man. Gotta find some new investments.
Peace, God. What you doing?
Peace, God. Good.
I think this book is kind of inappropriate.
Inappropriate? What's up with it?
It's inappropriate because look at these.
LGBT. Oh, man, I'm sorry about that, God.
I accept your apology.
Man, it's a shame, man. You can't even find no decent books for you nowadays without having to have these difficult conversations.
I have an idea. Maybe we should make a series of our own book.
A book series? That is a good idea.
7 volumes.
7, I get it. 7 volumes. What should we call it?
7 the Super Hey-Roo.
Perfect. 7 the Super Hey-Roo.
And then maybe we could even make some bundles of it once we get to volume 3.
Oh, see, now you're thinking like a businessman. I like that idea, man. A foundational Black American children's series.
Perfect.
Visit www.godcastbooks.com and pre-order your book today.
Do for self or suffer the consequences. The wisdom of Elijah's inside of the conscientious. So I move
with a different purpose within these verses.
On repeat.
Oh, man. Peace, family. What's going on? I'm tired.
Of what?
I'm tired, man. I need a power nap.
Oh, you're just getting out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go to the gym. It's time. You haven't been doing your walking, maybe hitting the gym. You gotta get that body back so you don't feel all sluggish. What you eating? What you eating?
I'm good.
See? Yeah, got you sluggish.
Nah, I ain't been doing that bad though as far as eating. I've been doing all right with the food. But yeah, I could do better. I could definitely do better.
We can all do better.
But we here though, so
yes, we here. Happy Sunday.
Peace to the family. Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. I am the God, Sincere Love, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Nicely Girl. Nicely Girl, why you ain't come on? Why you ain't come on the other night? We had to listen.
You know what? Let me tell you, I was on there the whole time, laying in my bed with a gown on. With a gown on. I was like, oh, and what's so funny is because RP texted was like, hey, we're wrapping up. Why don't you come on? And I was like, oh, well, let me slip on something because I was in the bed, literally laying in my bed with my iPad on, watching the whole time, all in the comment section, but I was in a moo-moo. Do you hear me?
Lord, you know, you don't got to turn on your camera though. You could have pulled up with no camera.
I didn't think about that. I didn't even think about that. Literally, I did not think about it. I was like, oh, well, let me hop up and jump on something real quick.
Yeah, man, we had a time, man.
It was fun.
We had a time. You know what I mean? Like my mom would say, a good time was had by all.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still beaming off of that.
I expected that.
I didn't. Not like that. You know what I mean? I know we made a dope project. I know people was going to show up, but the energy was like we was actually in the same place. You know what I'm saying? Like we was all on the same vibration. It was dope.
And I was so happy to finally hear, I guess in a way, meet Ada. Ada, how you say her name? Ada?
Right.
Ada. Oh, she's dope. She's so, and to put a face with that voice, that sound, those bars, like I think RP or one of y'all posted something the other day, and I'm commenting. I was like, I'm part of the group with Ida. I'm with her. I'm part of the group. Like she is fire. She posts a lot of her music, so I'm able to listen to a bit more of her. Like, wow.
Okay.
Wow, sis.
Yeah. She get it in.
Queen.
She get it in. And I forgot to shout out her book too. I got her book. She's an author. She has it's like a satire. It's funny. It's a funny just her giving advice. You know what I mean? It's called Ask the Alligator, and she's giving like life advice. You know what I mean? It's like a self-help. It's a self-help book, but it's tongue in cheek. You know what I'm saying? It's very funny. It's very funny.
I gotta check that out. But yeah, I was so excited. I was excited to hear her speak and stuff, and I'm just like, this woman right here, like, more attention needs to be on all y'all. I can't wait. Like RP said, y'all need to take this on the road.
Yeah, we trying.
We need a show. Like, I need all y'all under one roof on one stage with mics spitting.
Yeah, we trying to get something organized here in Atlanta. I'm talking to some of the
I'm coming.
Some of the event promoters. Trying to see what we could put together, man.
I won't miss it.
Happen. But yeah, Aida's gonna be here. Her and my son, we're gonna do the breakdown for the song Black Death, most likely on Tuesday, 8 p.m. on Tuesday.
All right.
So they'll be here this week for that one, and then we're gonna keep doing like one a week.
Okay.
Dope. So that's gonna be a lot of fun too. And so if you haven't already checked it out, family, I don't know where you've been at, but you need to go check out the Master's Table album
right now.
You can stream it on your favorite platforms, but if you really want to show love and support, go to www.themastersrsvp.com. You can still order the digital download, the physical copies, the posters, and all of that. And by the way, update on the physical copies. Oh, let me keep that up there for a second. We finally got the order placed, and so I'm waiting to hear back from disc makers to make sure everything is approved. They gotta, have me proof everything before they manufacture and ship it out. And so they're talking about a 3-week turnaround, but they say it could be faster as long as we don't have to do any revisions once they show me the proofs and all of that. As long as everything is good to go, most likely to be faster than that. But the order is placed, so we're waiting for that turnaround time to come through with the CDs. Then we're going to get them all signed and shipped out to everybody who pre-ordered and all of that stuff. And so, yeah, we good to go. We good to go. And we got a nice package for y'all too, man. That's what we wanted. We could have went another route and got it to y'all faster, but I didn't want to give y'all no janky CD and envelope or whatever. I wanted you to have something that you could hold on to as a memorabilia piece. And so it's going to be a nice package for y'all.
So they won't feel like they're getting it from the bootleg man.
Right. I ain't want to get to the gas station.
Right.
Like, nah, we're not doing that. Because I know most people they don't want the CD to listen to it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Most people not even going to open it. They just want it. And so we want to make sure it's a nice, handsome package for y'all. And we did that. So it's on the way. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah. Don't forget about our book, our children's book. You know what I mean? That is on the way as well. And as y'all know, we're going to be in Dallas at the FBA Expo selling our children's book series. Seven of Super Hey Rule. Volume 1 is pretty much complete at this point. We getting everything manufactured on that side now. You know what I'm saying? On the book side, we about to hit the manufacturers up, start getting those copies pressed up. Pre-order at www.godcastbooks.com. That's going to be another dope project right there. Another
dope project. And also, I hope to see everybody at the expo, and you guys will get to meet the star of the book, Seven. Yep. So, he'll be out there signing autographed copies as well. So make sure those of you that can show up to the expo. This is going to be dope. Obviously, seeing all the family, other Black-owned businesses, the guest speakers, etc. So I'm super excited about that.
Yep. Trying to get him ready, trying to get him, media trained. You know what I'm saying? Because even though y'all see him and he's very smart and all of that, he's still a 7-year-old.
Right.
So, he's silly as hell. He gets distracted. You know what I'm saying? Just like anybody else's 7-year-old. But I'm trying to get him media trained so that he's comfortable talking to strangers and just people coming up to him wanting to take his picture or have him sign something or whatever. You know what I mean? Got to get him ready for that. So we be practicing at the barbershop. I'll have him go introduce himself to people, tell him to follow him on Instagram. Or I'll just tell random people to go up to him and introduce themselves, you know what I mean, just to see how you're going to react. And so
do you guys practice at the barbershop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where we begin our little practice in that. And around the house, I'll just come out of nowhere. I'll just be like, so son, you know, what made you write a book? You're only 7 years old. What you doing writing books? Just to see, you know, what you're going to say.
Right.
Kind of the way that we market it, I know a lot of people might perceive it that way. Like it's his book. He wrote the book. And so I'll be talking to him about the whole process and all that, trying to give him talking points. You know what I mean? I don't want him to sound scripted, but I want to give him some talking points so he knows he's in the loop of everything, you know what I'm saying?
And you know, hopefully, there was this little girl who was at the rally for reparations. Very well, good speaker. I don't remember her name, but I hope she's there, and maybe if you get a chance to see her as well and how comfortable she is speaking, or maybe you can show him, you know, her some videos of her as well. And
I met her.
You know, hey, other kids, they're doing that.
He saw the video when I met her. She was like buck breaking. She's
in
incredible.
Atlanta. She is very smart.
She's just, you know, not only just smart and brilliant, but just like as far as media and being in front of the camera and all that. Like she got up in front of the whole crowd, grabbed the mic. I forgot the question that she asked Reza, but Reza was doing the Q&A, and she got up there and she asked him a very relevant question. She articulated herself very clear, like she made for this. Yeah. And her mama not even like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Her mama is like reserved, and you know what I'm saying? The little girl, she's ready for this.
Right. Love it. So is 7. He just got to get comfortable. He's ready.
Salute to you, some chick named Star. And
hey, sis.
The digital building, Crown 808, Nikki the God.
Hey, Nikki.
Y'all know the family. The family. Let us know who else is in the building, man. I see a few more. Y'all, but Mama Love is here now. Shout out to Mama.
Hey,
Love.
Mama. I have to go into the chat to see everybody. It's weird for me on this device.
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us.
Yes, indeed, man. And so, yeah, the main topic we talking about Chris Rock's new stand-up. Couple of clips from the Chris Rock. Oh, shout out to my sister, Mimi in the building. Marcia, what's up?
Hey. Hi, Marcia.
That's my sis.
Hey.
But yeah, a couple of clips from Chris Rock's new stand-up been going viral. You know what I mean? I haven't watched the whole thing. I just saw the clips.
Me neither.
Figured we make that the main topic today since everybody's talking about it. But we got a lot of other stuff in the news to cover. So where you want to go with it?
I actually think the first thing that I want to talk about is this dude. It's in the materials, but this father of 7 children.
Let's talk about this Negro.
Oh Lord, you know, I may have an unpopular opinion about this, though. You know, for the sisters, because it's so easy to dump on him. You know, because how he's speaking or whatever. But I have to agree with him. He didn't just become an a-hole when he did this video explaining the situation. He been this way. And them fools, 7 women still decided to lay down with this person, unprotected, etc. He ain't took nobody to dinner. He has not courted anybody. What we see right here is what they got. So in that case, I am going to have to all the way, not to say he's not a jackass at all, but I'm going to hold the mothers responsible for this. Why would you do that? What did this dude say? I can't imagine him saying anything to make you even give it up, to be honest. What are the ages of these women? I would like to know, but I just can't imagine he became this a-hole on this live. He's been this, and they knew what they were getting when they got it and still did it.
Okay. Let me see. Let's play it. For those who haven't seen it, let's play what he said.
It's cringe. It's cringe.
And 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids. I got 7 kids.
All right, so hold on. There's more, but let me stop.
Yeah, there's more.
I do not want.
Hold on. Let me stop right there.
A lot to unpack.
Yeah. Let's stop right there for a second. So you say you kind of agree with the brother.
He did not become who he was just in that when the children came. He offered, to have abortion, so they already knew he didn't want these children. And I'm not to say that women should use abortion as birth control. We all know the consequences, when you lay with someone and you're not on some type form of birth control. At the end of the day, them trying to contact him and trying to force fatherhood on someone who told you they didn't want the child is ridiculous to me. I feel sorry for the children that someday they may see this video and see their father saying that he don't want them and never wanted them. That's what's sad to me, that there's some Black children out there, and I'm assuming that they're all Black. This man saying that they don't want them. We have enough trauma going on in our community for our kids to see this idiot on here, talking like that. But I still have to put accountability on the women because y'all chose to have these kids. You chose to get pregnant.
All right, so you put accountability on the women,
both.
But you're not agreeing with him though.
I'm not agreeing with him at all. I don't agree with him at all.
I want to clear that up.
I'm not agreeing with him in the sense that he's saying. I'm agreeing with the fact that he was honest. If that makes sense. Like I don't want to say agree. I respect a little bit that he was honest.
You respect
with them
the transparency, and
right.
he is who he is. So y'all hoes should have knew better.
Y'all hoes should have knew better, and you laid down with this man unprotected, and then to hear him say these are the 7 that kept him, the others, like he out here raw dogging a bunch of females. You're lucky you only got caught up with a baby and not something deadly.
Right.
What?
Man. Crowd 808 knows some of these folks personally, huh?
Man.
But listen, man. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I just wanted you to, get it
articulated
to be clear. Yeah. But I understand where you're coming from. I definitely can't agree or respect with nothing that he's saying. However, there is a double standard when it comes to certain things, because one thing that he said was, I didn't want to have these children, and I told you I would pay for the abortion, right? And so now the flip side of that is there's plenty of men who actually want to have the child, and the woman decides to get an abortion, even though the man wants to have the child. For whatever reason, whether she's mad or whatever reason, she don't want to have the child. He does. It's still up to her that she's going to go ahead and get an abortion. And so if that's okay, then on the flip side, if I don't want to have the child and you decide to keep the child, knowing that I don't want to have the child, then maybe you shouldn't be able to force responsibility on me.
I agree.
Like legally, maybe morally, it might be wrong for me to neglect my child, but from a legal standpoint, you shouldn't be able to drag me into the child support system. And we didn't come to that agreement. If it's okay for you to abort a child that I didn't agree with you aborting. Those two things are conflicting to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's very conflicting. And what about the women who have abortions and don't tell him at all? She may not have told him that she was pregnant at all, just went out and did something without even consulting him or having a conversation with him. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's your body, but without that man, you couldn't get pregnant. So it's a dual conversation that we need to have together. It's both our choice.
Right. It's both. It should be both. It should be both. But when it's a split decision, somebody got to have, power of attorney.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you can't come to an agreement. And so in that case, the woman is her body. So she's going to have the final say so. You know what I'm saying? But I just think altogether the courts should stay out of those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing that the court do is create more dysfunction because they just act as an enforcement mechanism for the mother.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the court comes and brings balance and fairness to the situation. They just come and act as an enforcement mechanism, and the mother gets to weaponize that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where the bullshit comes into play. But also, I would have to say situations like this is the reason why we're not jumping up and down about them overturning Roe v. Wade.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We're not prioritizing right to abortion as far as, you know what I'm saying, our political aspirations and all that. We don't prioritize that because, you know, in our communities, we need to be more responsible overall. You shouldn't have to, like you said, you shouldn't have the ability to just use abortion as a form of birth control. You know what I'm saying? It's not just I get to have irresponsible sex into perpetuity and I don't have to bear no responsibility for it. That shouldn't be the situation. So that's the reason why we wasn't mad when they said they overturned Roe v. Wade. We're like, all right, y'all niggas got to just be more responsible.
Right. Grow up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But you got, you know, the Democratic politicians telling us the sky is falling because they overturning Roe v. Wade because they want us to have this, you know, over-sexualized behavior and just, you know what I mean, irresponsible dysfunction and all this stuff going on, because as long as we living like that, then we're not focused on our power.
Right. And building, you know, responsible Black communities. You know, we're not stuff like this. And I hated that he went on social media speaking like that. And he just so happened to be one of us. You know what I'm saying? It just made it worse because we already get those types of negative comments and stuff.
Did we do any hairline checks on this nigga? Because I don't know.
Right. You know, we already get that negative. That negative narrative has already been put on Black men. You know, already. Technically, all they do is make kids that they don't want. You know, they got baby mamas. They don't marry their women. All these negative things that are already assigned, you know, to the Black man and Black woman, and he's on here perpetuating that with this dumbass video.
Yeah, his whole mentality is warped. It's trash. You know what I'm saying? I can't co-sign that at all. Like, where your mom at, nigga? Where your daddy at?
Right.
Who raised you? You know what I'm saying? But let me let him finish, and y'all listen carefully. Tell me if y'all hear accent.
When nobody think about it, you're not gonna force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to.
Nah, he FBA.
Yeah.
Lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't, and I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with because you're going to be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is these just jump offs. These are the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, I do not want. And I don't give a what nobody think about. He don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this and be like, Black man this, Black man that, I don't give a I really don't. He don't take accountability. Yeah, I do.
So, you think it's real? Or you think he did it to start a conversation and, you know?
I think it's real, but also a conversation piece. I think it's real. I think he's probably been going through so much that he wanted to just talk about it on social media. He's probably looking for other men going through the same situation. to open up that dialogue. As he said, he already knew he was going to get trash thrown at him, but the women also have to be held accountable too. I'm not saying this man is not trash, but at the same time, he said in his own words, I did the bare minimum, meaning there was no dinner, there was no courting, there was no relationship. He asked her for the phone number, he called or texted her, they met up somewhere and they got down. That's the bare minimum.
He said they were jump offs. He said they were jump offs, but why are you smashing jump offs raw dog though? Like it's problematic on both ends.
Both sides.
Ain't no way you can put it where he right and they wrong. All y'all tripping. This is the lowbrow ratchetness that you know what I mean. This is the part of the culture that we trying to stamp out. These type of Negroes do not represent us.
And that's gross. It's just nasty. Like I said, he's lucky he just had babies. Nigga, what about diseases? You could be dying out here jumping raw dog in the wrong jump off. And vice versa, these women laying down spreading themselves open to this nasty food.
And man, the thing is, as men, we're kind of taught to be irresponsible in this way. We're kind of taught, not to value ourselves, our seed, our body. Like that's the narrative that needs to be changed for the young men that's coming up, because this is what we learn coming up. Like we get props for living like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We get saluted for that. And that ain't nothing to salute. That ain't nothing to salute. That ain't nothing you're supposed to get no points for. But that's the narrative that gets pushed from, everywhere.
Dominant
from
society.
Old heads, from the dominant society, from the old heads in the hood, all that. It gets celebrated too much. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for people like me, to try to combat that when I'm talking to my sons, my nephews, the young ones, you know what I'm saying? Like my kids is at that stage. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, he played varsity basketball. All his teammates, they be at my house all the time. You know what I'm saying? They going out with their girlfriends and all of that stuff. I'll try to have these conversations with them and try to spit some real shit to them. And, of course, when they in my presence, they respect me or whatever the case may be. They shaking their head. Yeah, you right, OG and all that. But it's just me. I'm the only person that they're hearing this from. The rest of the world is pushing nonsense that this nigga is talking about. Not in those words, though. But that's why I think it's good. Even if he was real, it's good that he put it out there like that, because it needs to be said in a plain way like that so people can realize how fucked up it is.
Right. On both sides. It's messed up on both sides, but I don't want to. When I'm speaking of the women who would just jump down his throat without holding the women accountable.
Yeah.
It's so easy because he's just raw and uncut with what he's saying to call him a deadbeat or to call him, all kinds of names. But we also have to hold the women accountable. It takes two to make a baby. And like he said, he did the bare minimum. I'm assuming that these are some trash females because they allowed it. You allowed this man into you unprotected. He did. And I believe he did the bare minimum. I know people like that. My sister Crown, 808 said that. And I don't know if she meant, the men, but I know some females coming up, that have spread ego for the wrong person and want to cry when they get pregnant. Like, y'all haven't even gone on a date. Some of y'all got pregnant at the park in a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you expected a ring or him to be there? He wasn't even there for you. He took you to a park.
And they ain't even looking for no ring.
Right.
They just want child support.
Right.
That's it.
Well, with seven children, how much can y'all get? You know what I'm saying? All y'all gonna raise, your children on $13 a month? Because they got to spread it through all his children.
No, that ain't how that go. They all separate cases.
Right, but his income.
Yeah, but that don't matter. But it do matter with your income. But I'm saying, like I said, it's a separate case. So each one gonna be based on that income. They don't care if you can't afford to pay it. Is the moral of the story. No, they still gonna put that on you.
So I thought that. So say he had. So these are the 7 he didn't want. It sounds like he has some other children that he does obviously claim. So let's just guess.
No. He's saying the other ones got the abortion. The other ones was on the same page to get the abortion or take the Plan B.
So he has 7 children. I assume that if we all go in here and we have a case under this one dude, his income is this, but he has 7 open cases, then those 7 cases, they're not all going to get the same amount. It's still going to be based off his income. So if this girl is getting this amount, and it's like they can't spread that income over 7 people and he still lives. You know what I'm saying?
They don't care about that though. They do not care about it. And I would assume that that's it's different state to state. But I know cases where, you know, they just looking at the docket number. Mm-hmm. So we just dealing with this docket number here. Whatever happened with that other docket number, that ain't got nothing to do with this right here. So you paying $700, $800 for these 2 kids with this woman. Now you in court with 2 more kids from another woman. They not looking at, okay, well, he can't afford to pay this much because he's already paying this much. They saying, okay, you make this much money. You got 2 kids by this woman. This is how much you got to pay. Even if it's the same amount that the other judge said that you got to pay for the other 2.
Wow.
They don't give a damn. You can't afford it.
Wow.
They don't consider, okay, how you going to eat and take care of your bills. You know what I'm saying? That don't matter.
Look, I have a homegirl who, and he only has 1 child. You know, the guy has 1 child. You know, he doesn't have any more children. But every time they catch up with him, he quits his job.
Yeah, I know cases like that.
And
too.
I'm just like, bro, like, honestly, she's not the type of person, and I know her. She's not the type of person that would have taken him to court to do anything had he just did it.
Mm.
You know, we would never have to do that had you just stepped up.
Mm. B1, fam. But yeah, I think these type of dudes, that's who the child support system was supposed to be designed for. You know what I'm saying? The problem with the child support system, you got too many good fathers that's going through that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not necessary. And that's the thing about it. There's no nuance. They're not looking at in a case-by-case basis of, you know, what's in the best interest of the children. They just do a broad brush, you know, cookie cutter process.
Well,
and that's why that needs to be abolished.
It does. And unfortunately, you know, his irresponsibility is going to get him caught up on the docket, and they're not going to care.
They ain't going to give a damn.
Yeah, they're not going to care, you know, and so that's a part of being held accountable, unfortunately, because those folks is going to come for you. At the end of the day, you laid with them, you acknowledge that you were irresponsible, but with this whole my body, my choice, and he don't get to tell me what to do, now you're going to be held responsible financially for these kids that you say you didn't want, don't care emotionally, physically, spiritually, nothing. And that's the part that's sad to me.
But the other part that is really sad, like my man said, the good fathers suffer, and the good fathers suffer the most, because a lot of real, true to the game deadbeat dads, they never even see a courtroom. They don't even end up on child support or none of this shit, because the women just know, like, this nigga ain't no good. They just leave him alone. They don't even bother with him. You know what I'm saying? But the good dads, they get ran through the ringer.
Right.
They get ran through the ringer.
I mean, moral of the story is be careful who you lay with. You don't be out here having reckless sex. If you don't see this person being the mother of your children or the father of your children, because it can happen even if you do use protection, you know what I'm saying? Be very, very, you know, selective when you're out here and doing stuff.
Right. Hey, yo, let's go right in order to the one right above that.
Right above that is going to be, all right. Let me push. All right, so this is about the Shanquilla case, right? Am I on the same one with you?
Yep.
And so I guess her family, you know, has gotten Crump to represent them. You know, they're trying to get our administration here, government, you know, to file charges on the friends or enemies, I should say, that went to Mexico and murdered her. Biden has not done anything. Our FBI has not done anything. It's shameful that they have not stepped up, and we have to go through this. And my cringe with him and Tamika Mallory is like, because these people only show up when it's a camera. My God. But I also, I understand the family because they have not been getting the attention that they need on this case, in my opinion. So I don't fault them for wanting a spotlight. And sometimes I guess you got to go with the spotlight is, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is, because I feel you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. This family should get justice. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shouldn't just get swept under the rug. You know what I mean? My problem with Tamika, and I be wanting to give Tamika a break. I do.
I'm not.
Like, I be wanting to like Tamika. But like, when I listen to her talk, it's a lot of double speak, right? She keeps going on and on about Black women, but then it's not about Black women. It's just about women, and it's not about race. Forget about the race. Like, just stand on what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just stand on what you're saying. It's like you're trying to flip-flop around and try to please everybody. And really, when I'm listening to her, this is really an appeal to white women.
Yeah, well, remember that march she went on.
It's an appeal to white women because you know that really your organization, us as a people, are really just powerless in the situation, right? We powerless. So you appealing to white women to say, yo, we the same. Y'all should get behind us. When you see this woman, she's still a human being. She's a woman. It's kind of like the lady, you know what I'm saying? And, RP to the victims of the shooting out there in Buffalo. But a couple of weeks ago, when they sentenced the Buffalo shooter, and the lady was in courtroom trying to tell him how human we are.
We are, right. Like, you don't know.
It's the same type of mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people, come on, man. I'm going to play
Go
ahead.
And that's also because Tamika Mallory, my son, or even Crump, they're not chosen people from the grassroots. No, these are people that were chosen by the dominant society, hence why she always tries to appeal to them, because that's where she gets her bread and butter.
I'm going to just play a little bit of it. She talked for a while, but let me see how much I can play of it. I'll just wait till she starts with the double talking, and I'll stop it from there.
The queen of the movement, Tamika Mallory.
Queen of the movement.
Okay.
Good morning. First of all, let me just say thank you all so much for showing up today. This family needs support. It is all too often that when Black women are harmed, people don't show up. We fight against that. It is a struggle that we do.
When Black women are harmed, people don't show up. What people is she talking about?
Right.
Because all Black people showed up about Shanquella. You know what I'm saying? And this wasn't a situation where a sister got killed by a white officer or some white vigilante or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? This was a sister that got, we all know the situation, but we still was making noise about it. So who's not making noise about it? Again, it's white women.
Right.
It's white women that she wants to join into this conversation.
We don't need them.
Somebody said the queen of what movement? Yeah.
Right.
Deal with in this movement often that we cannot find people to stand solid and to continue to show.
You can't find people to stand solid with Black women. With what was the sister down there in Texas that got pulled over?
Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland. We didn't stand solid with Sandra Bland. Rakia Boyd. I can't even remember all the names. Sister that got killed butt naked in her bed. What was her name? Breonna Taylor. Like we wasn't standing solid with all these women. What are you talking about? So she can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't be talking about us, the Black community. It's hard to find people to stand up for Black women we treat the black women, the cases with the black women the same way we do when it's a black man. We don't treat it no different.
Right. And also we don't have the access that they have. You know, we can post about it. We can call our legislators. We can, you know, demand, send emails and demand certain things. And everybody has that could, you know,
Right.
when the information is out there, we've all done it, you know.
Right.
So what are you talking about, Tamika?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get this. It's so hard to find people to stand up for black women. Like, what? Since when? We treat black women the same way we treat black men. There's no difference. This is this whole gender divide thing that's being pushed. What are you talking about? We all in the same boat together.
Months and months and months later, as these situations unfold. So I want to thank those who drove up from North Carolina.
Yes.
I want to thank all of you who've come out today to be here and to be present for Shanquella Robinson's family. I also want to thank my co-founders of Until Freedom, Attorney Angelo Pinto, my son Lennon, and Linda Sarsour for taking my leadership, which oftentimes I come to them with a lot of crazy things, and they listen and they back me up and they support me. And if I say this is an issue that we need to get involved with, we do it for all of us. We do it for one another. But specifically, I want to say as a black woman in this organization that I appreciate that they take it seriously to stand up for justice for black women. I truly.
So she wants to stand up for justice for black women, right? That's what this is supposed to be about. Justice for black women, right? Let's continue.
Take it as it is on my behalf. You know, this is not a difficult thing to understand, as Attorney Crump has said. It is not complicated.
That's right.
There was a woman, forget about being a black woman.
Forget about being a black woman. Now it's not about black women anymore.
I can't forget that it was a black woman that was murdered by her black friends. I can't forget that.
It's supposed to be about justice for black women. 2 sentences later, forget about being a black woman.
Right.
That's the shit that I don't like.
A woman was beaten to death on camera, and she returned from a vacation with her neck and back, her spine broken. It's very simple. We saw an attack. It'd be one thing if you did not see a video, and perhaps we could come up with some other explanation for what happened to her. But in this case, what we see is very clear. She was beaten to death.
That's right.
And if she wasn't beaten to death, somebody needs to tell us exactly what happened. And there are 6 people who were there who know the answers, and they need to be present somewhere where they are being asked and demanded of the truth.
Amen.
Particularly the person who we saw, and I want to correct something that has been said, and I am asking every single person from the media to be careful about the narrative. I know that my brother Roland Martin will be careful about this, and I'm asking all of you. There was not a fight. There was no fight that took place in that house. There was an attack against one person. We did not see a fight. In fact, we hear the other individuals on the video asking her whether or not she was willing to fight back for herself, as they joked while she was naked. And she tells them clearly, no, she does not want to fight. And they continue to allow her to be beaten, and then her neck and spine was broken as she returned home to her family in a box. That is what happened. It is not complicated. So as my sister, Sunshine Anderson from Charlotte, North Carolina, who couldn't be here but has been a great supporter of this family, would say, when you tell us it's complicated and there's issues, we've heard it all before, and we don't want to hear it anymore. We want.
So who's she mad at though? Who's she
Right.
calling out?
Right. I'm confused.
Who's she calling out about this? Because the people who could do something about this would be people from the Biden administration, right? The Biden administration, the DOJ, you know what I'm saying? The U.S. government could put pressure for Mexico to act and do something, you know what I'm saying? Do a real investigation. we know that they've done international investigations before to bring justice for other American citizens. So we know it could be done. And so my thing is, call the people out that you calling out. Just put it
directly. She can't call out the Biden administration because in a couple years she'll be campaigning for him, telling us to vote for him.
All right, put an address on it. Who's supposed to be doing something about it? It's wrong. We agree with you. It's wrong. Somebody need to go to jail. Somebody need to be charged with something that would happen with this girl. You know what I'm saying? We agree with all that. But put an address on it. Who you calling out? What's this press conference about? That's it though, man. She talks for a while, but that's it, man.
And like our brother Michael Warren called her Tamika Salary. That's it. I'm calling her that from now on.
Tamika Salary. It's such a waste of talent, because she would be a great asset to black grassroots. You know what I'm saying? If she was on code, she would be a great asset. But unfortunately,
bought and sold.
Yeah, she's compromised. She was raised by Al Sharpton, and the fruit.
That's enough.
The tree.
That's enough right there.
Somebody said she speaks too broadly and vague. Facts.
Yeah, that's it right there. There we go, right there. And this whole idea that we need, other groups other than ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to get things done or, make some noise for situation is tired too. Right.
All this looking for allies and stuff.
Right. Amen.
And there's something in here too that I wanted to say about allies. Where was you going next?
I was just going to say there is none, because if there were allies, we wouldn't have to ask for them. She wouldn't be on the microphone asking for them. They would be on her side. So there are none, ma'am.
Right. And so can I skip? Let me find this story, because I put something in here that I wanted people to peep game about when it comes to allies also. Let me see if I could skip to that real quick. Where'd I put that at? Y'all bear with me. And I ain't asked y'all this whole time since we've been here to hit that like button, but now would be a good time. If you haven't hit the like button, share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that we're live and all of that good stuff. If you're watching us on Facebook or Twitter, make sure you head on over to the YouTube channel, click the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love the Godcast. And I don't see that video with that white woman.
That's a white woman?
Yeah, there was a white woman in here, and she was talking about, I think she was a Republican, but she was calling out the Republican Party for not acknowledging the racism that exists in society. She was stating a lot of facts. She was stating a lot of facts about, how could you deny the racism that exists when this is going on? This is going on. She was running it all down. I didn't put that in here.
I don't think you did, because I don't see it in here, and I've gone all the way through. I don't think. Oh, no, yes, it is. Here it is. Here it is. I just liked it. I just found it.
I got it. Hold on. So yeah, but I want y'all to peep some game here too.
They take both sides of the argument.
They always do. So check it out.
Systemically racist country. 100% yes. And I never understand when the right balks at this. We tell you that the government is corrupt, that it is evil. Why do we try to push back when people say it's racist? We had institutionalized slavery in this country, followed by Jim Crow, that entrenched laws upon laws upon laws. Does that mean everybody working in our government is currently racist? No. Does that mean we still have laws on the books that were put there with racist intent or that have racially disproportionate outcomes? 100% yes. Look at the public school system, where we have redlining that determined where people lived based on their zip codes and their skin color for decades. And that now determines how much money goes through public schools. And this is why you see Black kids trapped in cycles of poverty in our government schools for decades and decades and decades. That's why we need school choice. These arguments support our policies that we're pushing for, because we actually want to see all communities lifted up. Look at the criminal justice system. You have 95 million traffic stops that were looked at between 2011 and 2018 across 56 different police agencies. And they found that Black people were more than 2 times likely to be pulled over. That disparity lessened at night when cops couldn't see them. They were more likely to be searched than white people, more likely to be caught with drugs, even though white people do drugs at similar levels. Black men are 2.5 times more likely to be killed by police. They're 3.5 times more likely to be arrested for pot, despite both races using those drugs at similar rates. They get 20% longer sentences for the same crimes. When we look at this is a 2017 U.S. Sentencing Commission. When it comes to gun crimes, gun laws were put into place to explicitly block Black people from being able to access their rights to self-defense in this country. And boy, do they still work.
Black. Everything that's is Black. All the disparities are between Black and white. Black. She said Black a million times. All right, let's go.
To this day, Black people are far more likely to be charged with gun crimes. They are more likely to be arrested and sentenced for longer time periods when they are caught. As a whole, there are still so many areas across this country where we are continuing to see the government harm people of color. It just
boom.
People of color, Lord.
Boom. When it comes time to start bringing it around to what needs to be done, who needs to be compensated, what policies need to be forwarded, now it's not Black no more.
Right.
All of this nonsense been done to Black people. All of the disparities, all of the redlining, all of the profiling, all of the mass incarceration, stop and frisk, all of these stuff that she's naming, stuff that's being done specifically to Black people. When it comes to the solutions to the problem, we got to address people of color.
We got to add the Mexicans, the Asians, the Arabs, all the non-whites.
Those are your allies.
Right. Tamika.
Those are your allies. We heard enough from her.
Tamika.
Right. The bait and switch. The bait and switch. I just wanted to play that because sometimes people overlook that.
And it happens all the time, though. So even when you're, reading certain policies, the headline will say Black, maybe the first paragraph will say Black, and then when you get to the meat and potatoes, it's always people of color.
Right. Facts.
All right. So are we going to go back where we were and hit that next story about y'all favorite non-doctor that has so much power?
I'm in the wrong chat somehow. Hold on. Let me get back to the right chat. Okay. So what you talking about?
Bill Gates.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So this was on newspunch.com, and also you can find it on Risen Islam's Instagram page. But Bill Gates, arrest warrant issued in Philippines for premeditated murder linked to the, jab rollout. Lock him up.
Reza Islam posted this. He said, whoa. An arrest warrant was just issued for Bill Gates? Yes, this is real. Excess deaths have spiked in the aftermath of the vacation drive in the Philippines, with hundreds of thousands of citizens dying unnecessarily and many more injured and maimed, according to prosecutors. The judge said Gates, as the founder of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, is wanted in connection with hundreds of thousands of deaths, a number of which cannot be estimated. At present, and is certain to increase exponentially in time. The Philippines had already banned Gates from entering the country in 2016 and has asked Interpol to relay the arrest warrant as a red notice to other police forces around the world, a request that has so far gone unmet. The Heinous Crimes Court in Manila issued the order for the arrest of Gates under the Article 248 of the revised penal code, which carries a minimum prison term of 20 years and 1 day. The news was immediately met with a super injunction issued by the Gates Foundation, which prevents media in relevant jurisdictions reporting on the arrest warrant or the existence of the super injunction until the case is resolved. The
No.
Philippines has a history of court action against international agencies pushing vacations in the territory. So it says in 1995, the Philippines accused the UN agency of waging a secret sterilization campaign in the territory. The state won a court order halting a UNICEF tetanus program that was using tetanus vacations secretly laced with an abortion drug.
Wow.
Anti-HCG laced vacations had also been found in at least 4 other countries. Insane.
Lock him up. Lock his
Insane.
ass up.
Man, the conspiracy theories is up like 50-0.
You know what's also funny about the whole vacation situation is when Trump was talking about where the
Origins,
C-19 came from, the origins. Everybody was calling him racist, all this stuff, and now they're saying the exact same thing with the origin. You know what I'm saying? They're saying the exact same thing. You may not like his delivery, you know what I'm saying, because he's not the most, I don't know, tame person, but he was still telling the truth.
Facts, man. And they knew that. They been knew that. They knew that at the time.
Right.
It's never about information. It's just about propaganda. You know what I'm saying? What narrative is in the best interest of our agenda? Right. You know what I'm saying? And so, we got to expect that. We expect that from the mainstream media and from the government. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, for a lot of us, our friends and family that we be trying to put on game, y'all got to understand, like, this is plain as day.
Right.
They're putting it right in front of your face. Back in the days, it used to be a little more sophisticated. Nowadays, everything they doing is very sloppy. If you can't see this,
is that intentional? Is that intentional?
I don't really think so. I think we're in the quickening, and they can't really keep up. I think they've overplayed their hand in a lot of areas because, the play has always been to groom the society before you roll certain things out, right? You got to make sure that the majority of society is programmed enough to be able to accept whatever you're trying to bring in the next phase of. But I think they brought a lot of stuff in prematurely where a good majority of the society wasn't groomed. When it comes to this whole LGBT stuff, when it comes to the global pandemic that went on, a lot of things that they pushed in, I think they pushed it in prematurely, and too many people was woke, like, hold on.
Right.
Something don't sound right. This don't look right. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? Crazy. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. Somebody read William Cooper's book. Shout out to the Bunker TV. Somebody read William Cooper's book. I read that in the 90s. That was like a horror book in the 90s, but now we living in it.
It's a lot of stuff we live in. We're living the ISIS papers, which was wrote in the 60s.
You know what I'm saying?
Living it. We're living it. And speaking of the LGBTQ community, activist Democratic mayor who was mentored by Budapest arrested on child pornography charge.
Oh yeah.
That you know what I'm saying? I think he had like 56 counts of child porn charges. And this is your Democratic Party, groomed by Budapest, who's also part of the LGBT community.
Mm-hmm.
But white people won't see that. They won't see that. Oh, they not trying to. They just trying to live. They've been living.
Y'all can't really see that. That's a little bit small on your screen, but
it's 56 counts of possession and distribution. So he was selling child porn. Exposed them all. Tell me again how we're not in a spiritual battle over the innocence of children.
And man, I saw a video the other day. I forgot where this lady was from, but she had a strong accent. I think she was Hispanic or something. And she was going up to the school. She had a stack of books that she got from the school library. It was like straight up porn. It was like straight up porn in the books, and she like, yo, this is not okay. It got pictures in it and everything with two dudes giving fellatio to each other. Children's library books. Insane, man.
Well, we do have a video in there with this little boy who's I think at a school meeting.
Oh yeah,
11-year-old boy slams his middle school for allegedly providing sexual explicit books in their library, and he's reading it. If you want to grab that.
Yep. And this was on Hollywood Unlocked.
Take her clothes off, and he's saying yes.
Hold on.
And the librarian asked him if he wanted more books like it. By the way.
Mm-hmm.
Stand. I'd like to
shout out to this boy's parents too.
Read you a page. My back over my hips as I ask if we should take our clothes off, and he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired, or these past couple of weeks have been too much. But this reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. But it was good too, so good, because we were.
All right, that's enough.
That's enough, because that was cringe.
That's enough. And I'm like, why nobody in that meeting didn't say, okay, that's enough. We get the point. You can stop right there, young man. We get the point. And
in children's libraries.
Who said that? Yeah, it's Sean Stevens. It's Behold the Pale Horse. It was Behold the Pale Horse is the name of William Cooper's book.
It's crazy. It's like, I don't want to say it's ridiculous because we're past ridiculous at this point. You know, when it comes to the agenda, you know, with children, you know, grooming of children in these public school systems. I just say this, I'm so thankful mine graduating soon, you know, and I'm past this point and I was able to, you know, teach my own child the best that I could and also make him aware of these agendas a long time ago. But to Black parents that can homeschool your kids.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's hard. Parents are tired, especially Black parents. We have to work. You know, some of us are not afforded to, you know, either work from home or have our own businesses and stuff like that. But we're going to have to make it work. We're going to have to make it work because this is what we're subjecting our children to. And if you're not the type of parent that's involved in what they, like you are with your son, you know, anytime he checks a book out at the library, you're checking out the author, you know, you're reading kind of through the book. Let me see if there's any agendas in here before I allow you to read it. A lot of parents are not doing that. Right. You know, get into the habit of checking your children's work, checking out the conversations that the teachers are having with them. I think Raheem just posted last week. Some teacher posted some homework that has stuff to do with cisgender and queer and all this stuff. And you're talking about elementary and middle school students that should not even be talking about that. We need to be focused on STEM.
Exactly.
Science, technology.
Exactly.
Like, come on now. Why are we talking about this stuff?
Exactly, man. And what's going on, Jesse? Jesse, I see you up in there. But yeah, like my sister is saying, man, you know what I mean? It's a war out here. And so we got to be very, very diligent, especially when it comes to our children. And so, you know, if you're not in a position like myself at the current moment to be able to homeschool, you got to go above and beyond to make sure that you are the one that's indoctrinating your children. You know what I'm saying? With real information and giving them the armor that they're going to need out in this world, because we can't be with them 24/7. And we're not the only one that's pouring information into them. And it is kind of hard. And it's also kind of like a catch-22 almost, because when I recently went to my son's school, they had like, you know, one of those events at night after school, whatever, parents come and stuff. His school is dope. You know what I'm saying? When I went to one of his classroom, his computer science classroom, he's in second grade, by the way, y'all. I went to the computer science classroom and they doing coding in there. They doing robotics in there. So even if I was homeschooling him, I can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have the resources. I don't have the knowledge base. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have a lot of resources, money at my disposal to be able to expose him to the things that he needs to be prepared for this technological world that we're living in and that we're going into in the future. And so when I saw that, the way they have that classroom set up, I'm like, nah, he need to be here. You know what I'm saying? I can't give him this. And so it's a catch-22. So my resolve is, like I said, I go above and beyond. We do immediate review. We check everything. Yes, yeah, he's in second grade. You know, we check everything that he got going on. I'm in constant communication with the teachers. I have open discussions with him about his day. Like, I have a list of questions when I pick him up that we go through that kind of prompts him to give me details about his day, because a lot of times you just actually get baby, you know what I'm saying? How was school today? Like, oh, school was good. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? But I have a list of questions that I go through with him to make him really think about his entire day. Oh, who'd you sit next to at lunch today? You know what I'm saying? What did you guys talk about? What did you eat for lunch? You know, what part of the day made you the most proud of yourself? What part of the day was the toughest for you? What were you struggling with today? You know, different questions to get more detailed information from him so I can know what's going on with him when I'm not around, because stuff like this is going on. And these are my clients. The other day I'm at work talking to these guys, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord.
Shout out to my little man, Josiah, and what's the big brother's name? Josiah and damn, I forgot your big brother's name. My bad. But I didn't post this on social media because I wanted to make sure it was cool with moms. But I told her I filmed him when I was having this conversation with him. And she was like, nah, yeah. She thanked me. She was like, you know, I'm a single mother. So, you know what I mean? It's good that you having these conversations with them and putting them on game. And so just check it out, man. This is just us at the barbershop. How old are you?
9.
What grade are you in?
3rd grade.
And you said what now? What be going on at your school?
Some kids be acting gay at my school.
And what you mean acting gay?
One of them be twerking all the time.
In 3rd grade?
3rd grade.
How old are you?
9.
What grade? You know what I'm
So
saying?
a boy is twerking?
In the 3rd grade. 3rd grade. You got. So what did you tell me about when you're watching Disney?
When I be watching Disney, just gay ads be popping up. It'd be like support the LGBTQ and stuff like that.
Just out of nowhere, you trying to?
Exactly. I'm just trying to watch some Gravity Falls, and then bam, lesbian rights right in my face.
And what did you say they got going on at your school? How old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm in 9th grade. So at my school, so first day of school, right? I walk in. So we go to the gym because we signed up for clubs and stuff. And I see in the corner, there's a gender identity club right next to the chess club, I think it was.
And you're a freshman in high school?
Exactly.
How you feel about that?
I don't really care. I don't mess with gay people. As like, I'm cool with a few of them, but as long as like they don't got problems with me, I don't got problems with them.
I got you. But you think that's appropriate to be happening in school, though?
I don't know. I can't really say what's appropriate because everybody has different beliefs.
That's crazy. That's between the parents and the children. When it comes to identity or gender identities and stuff like that, leave that up to the parents.
Thanks.
We're going to focus on STEM. With that right there ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got to teach them that.
Man.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's so hot. Before we go into our main topic, I wanted to maybe hit 2 more. Lawmaker proposes hanging on a tree as execution method, and this is out there in good old Mississippi.
Oh, at the wrong. This one, Exxon sued for 5 nooses found on the plant.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, that's in Louisiana. So Mississippi, Louisiana.
Same thing.
Where's that one at?
It's.
Is it the one with the judge? No.
That's him actually. Or is that a look? No, that's not him. And honestly, the other one is 2 in here. You're not going to be able to click on the other one, the first one, because you have to subscribe to the Daily Beast, so the one above it.
Oh yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna have to click on that one. Yeah.
But just go ahead, just talk about it. I'm gonna run to the.
And actually, it's not Mississippi. It's actually Tennessee. So Tennessee Republican state legislator Paul Sherrill has expressed his desire to revive the practice of lynching during a speech delivered on the House floor. This is an amendment to the public firing squad suggests for death row inmates. I mean, so let me say this. I have always been kind of on the fence when it came to death row and, the death penalty. I've always kind of went back and forth with that. I went back and forth with it because majority of the people being executed are Black. And also, the sentencing disparities between Black men specifically and other groups. A lot of Black people have been put on death row or in jail, in prison, period, for crimes they have not committed. So I have always kind of had this thing where I just really didn't support the death penalty wholeheartedly, especially when it came to Black people. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the real evidence is there and this person has, murdered, harmed a child, or something like that, you kind of feel like, okay, they deserve it. But I've always kind of just been on the fence about the death penalty, period, because of the sentencing disparities. And too many Black men have been in prison for crimes they have not committed. Sincere went away, and I don't have control over the stream so that I can play the video. But when he comes back, we'll go ahead and play that video so that you guys can see this Paul Sherrill guy who wants to revive lynching, basically. And we have to also be careful with that, because we are seeing public lynchings right now within law enforcement, of Black people. Unarmed Black people are being lynched with firearms, with guns, with tasers, because they're, tasing people too long and they're having heart attacks. So public lynchings, as far as I'm concerned, has never not been revived, I was saying that you're going to play that, if you could play the video of that Paul Sherrill talking about reviving the lynching in Tennessee.
Okay. I think I might have went too far.
How do you feel about the death penalty?
How do I feel about the death penalty?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't given it deep thought, but this government, shouldn't have that type of authority. Not this government shouldn't have that type of authority or say so, because this government is too wicked, too corrupt. They don't have the moral authority to be able to decide nothing like that, in my opinion.
And not just that, with the sentencing disparities, when it comes to Black men specifically, but Black people, Black men have sat in prison for decades for crimes they have not committed.
Right.
Recently here in California, a Black man was just recently, his sentence was just overthrown after serving 38 years for a crime that he did not commit here in California.
Right.
You mean to tell me that DNA wasn't available 38 years ago? You guys had the DNA that would have, cleared him, exonerated him.
We talked about that on here a few times, and it always brings me back to when I used to get those Jet magazines. Every week there was a story like that in the Jet magazine. It was somebody getting out of prison from doing 30, 40 years after it was proven that they never did the crime in the first place. So yeah, absolutely. Right. And that's my point about this government. Like, nah, y'all, no, hell no. But this the dude right here, right?
Here's Paul Sherrill.
Thank you, Chairman. And thank you, Representative Powers, for bringing this. I think it's a very good idea. And I was just wondering.
And any white man that got that accent right there.
Right. Right?
Any white man that got that type of accent right there, you know what I mean?
You already know what it is.
It's a high Amber Alert.
Wondering about, could I put amendment on that? It would include hanging by a tree also.
Mm.
Why wouldn't you say that?
And also, I would like to sign on to your bill, sir. Thank you.
Hanging by a tray.
You know what I'm saying? He said that shit just as plain as day, like he was talking about, you know, having a cookout or something.
Yeah. It's, you know, white supremacists are going white supremacists. And if they're in positions to, you know, make and change laws, you know, they're going to use it.
How long we been on here? Let me see.
We've been on here an hour and 21 minutes. I want, before we go into our topic, one more, because I think this is very important. It has not been talked about a whole lot. I've only seen this maybe on Twitter for the most part, but justice for Khalil. Justice for Khalil, a brother out in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go back.
Story. I think we definitely need to put some shine on this story because it has been, you know, pretty much non-existent, you know, and we definitely need to signal boost accountability, you know, for the death of this person, this brother, and the way that he died.
Yeah.
And the police officer's story isn't mathing. The math ain't mathing.
Can y'all see his picture pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, give us the story.
All right, so let me go back up because that's the photo. I don't want to show the other ones, but there are some, you know, if you guys go to the hashtag Justice for Khalil, you'll actually see images, you know, of him when his body was recovered. It's so sad. My thoughts and prayers are out to this young man's family, and I'm hoping for justice for him really soon. All right, why isn't it coming on? Come on now. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Go ahead. While you looking for that, let me give a shout out to Black Voltron Reloaded in the building. Hey,
peace, brother.
Seeing you representing at the task force out there, bro. I hope I didn't blow your cover too. Let me say that. Let me say that because I know, you know what I'm saying, you don't be coming on camera like that. But when I saw that video, you know, it's something about
the voice.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Music person. You know what I'm saying? And so I could like pick out a singer. I could just hear like one line and I know who's singing. I knew that was you. As soon as I clicked on that video, I said, hold on, that's my brother right there. And so I hope I ain't blow your cover, man. But salute to you, you know what I'm saying, representing out there, man. Because I heard
and he wasn't babbling.
Yeah, I was about to say I heard a lot of nonsense going on at some of these meetings.
Man.
Like all of the clips that I seen, people were, you know, speaking truth to power. But yeah, blame it on some chick named Star. She blew your spot up. It wasn't me. But go ahead.
All right, so press conference for Khalil Aziz. The family of Khalil Ahmad Aziz says he was bitten by dogs and brutally beaten to death by Robbinsdale Police Department. According to family representative who is a Minnesota educator, Khalil was driving when he was pulled over. Then Khalil fled on foot toward the lake when he was pursued by Robbinsdale police officers. Demand. They want an outside investigation to the death of Khalil Aziz, not a Robbinsdale Police Department. They want an investigation into policies and practices of the Hennepin County Medical Examiner. They want to suspend all K-9 units in the state of Minnesota. Black Lives Matter Minnesota is demanding all body cam footage related to the traffic stop and search for Khalil be released immediately. So pretty much that's it from my understanding and other on that article, but from other things that I saw. So he fled on foot. I believe he had a warrant. I don't know what the warrant was, but that doesn't matter based off those photos that we saw.
Should I show that after?
You can maybe a glimpse. Just y'all. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. He took off on foot near a lake. They claim that he drowned, but when they recovered his body, if I'm not mistaken, he was shot in the back. Damn. He was shot in the back. So they pretended, left him there for some days, then went back out, to look for him. And then this is what his body was looking like when it was recovered. And again, viewer discretion is advised. Yeah.
And y'all see me laughing over here. I'm laughing at the chat. I'm not laughing at what nice things. I'm laughing at the chat because Black Voltron got doxed out here by some chick named Star. But
in a good way, though.
Yeah, if you got kids, if children are watching, man, now would be a good time to have them look away. We're going to show the image. It's floating around social media. You know what I'm saying? Normally we don't show stuff like this on our channel. A lot of these police killings, we see the videos come out, but we don't really show them and stuff like that. But we do want to show y'all this image quickly so y'all can see. You just saw the before of what the young man looked like, and this was after the police encounter. And so, yeah, man, they did him real bad, man. Right. They did him real bad. And so y'all see that.
And he's also a father. Obviously he has a mother, and a father, but he's also a father as well. So justice for Khalil.
And so when you was reading the story, though, Black Lives Matter, Minnesota, they demanding this reform and accountability and all of this stuff. And I'm getting tired of hearing this theme, because I think this was today. I think it was this past Friday out in Paterson, New Jersey. Paterson, there was a fatal shooting. New details emerge on Black Lives Matter demands restructure of police department. This article starts right off the bat caping for the police. Like soon, let me read it to y'all.
I got something else for you about
police.
him.
Gotta close out these ads. Paterson, police emergency responders chose not to fire tasers to subdue a violent intervention specialist whom they later fatally shot on Friday because accumulations of water on his apartment floor made the use of electrical devices too dangerous. That's how this article starts. The article just goes right into splaining. They didn't want to shoot him with the taser because there was water on the floor, and so they just killed him. But apparently this was some type of mental health crisis that was taking place. They said that the dude busted some pipes in the apartment and set a fire. They had like a couple of hours standoff. His uncle or something like that is a police officer in another city, and they called him in. They called him in to do some negotiations and try to, de-escalate. But they ended up killing this guy, and he was some type of
activist, right?
Violence activist, like some stop the violence activist. I think he was a victim of a shooting before, and he got involved with some stop the violence type stuff that was going on in Paterson. But there's no quotes from the uncle. So they said they called the uncle in to kind of de-escalate, but they still ended up killing him. And they're just saying, they had to use violence. They had to use deadly force because when they came in, he attacked them with knives or whatever the case may be, something like that.
Sounds like an ambush to me.
There was no quote from the uncle, though. I want to hear what the uncle has to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but my thing with the Black Lives Matter, because they're like, yeah, we got to do something about police reform and all of this stuff, and they're making it into this isolated incident, or it's just something with the Paterson Police Department. When we talk about these things, we have to frame this as, first of all, this is going on all over the country. We know and understand that these police departments have been infiltrated by white supremacist groups, and that it's not about poor training. It's not about none of those things. Like, we cannot let that be the narrative and make it seem like these are isolated incidents. These are state-sanctioned killings that are only happening to Black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's be clear. Only to black people. And we're speaking of that Friday when I got off work. I'm like, oh, I need to, run some errands and stuff. So there's a high speed chase going on at the right when I get off of work. You know what I'm saying? And this person is started off in Corona, which is the Riverside area, and went through several different cities, making it down my way, busing on police and all. Do y'all hear me?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
He carjacked a truck from a black dude in Corona in broad daylight at a gas station. This dude is busting at police officers while driving. It was two assailants. They managed to arrest both of these white Hispanics, without a scratch on their ass. But we had, now this is LA, y'all. This is LAPD, LA Sheriff. Now, just last month, there was a double amputee out here in Huntington Park area who had a knife, and he was running away from the police, and they shot him up because they were threatened by a knife, but this white Hispanic managed to live after busting on him.
Look, and shout out to my brother Dewan B. He posted this video.
Yeah,
from
I was watching it.
That motherfucker backed all the way off. Motherfucker shouted the cops.
Yo, Dewan is a trip. That motherfucker shouted the cops. Look, can y'all see that? He busting out that window.
Motherfucker backed all the way off.
At the police.
Motherfucker shouted the cops.
And still alive. And he's still alive to talk about it. He's still allowed to talk about it. Now, also, I don't know how true this is, y'all, but Charlie Kirk, he posted this on Twitter. New York City just settled a lawsuit with a bunch of Black Lives Matter mostly peaceful activists from 2020. They're going to pay $21,500 a piece to about 300 different Black Lives Matter rioters. He called them rioters, by the way, but
yeah.
Anybody know if this is true or not? Because I have not, checked into this. I don't know how true this is, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw that bullshit with Charlie Kirk trying to push. I saw that bullshit. I don't know. It's probably some truth to it. These people was clicked in anyway. These are a lot of times plants that was put out there to do these protests or whatever, agent provocateurs that were put out there. So they're just getting their pay.
Right.
They're just getting their pay. You know what I mean?
What they were promised, but instead it's coming from tax dollars or city tax dollars.
Yeah, they're redirecting some funds to pay off their provocateurs. That's what it sounds like to me. But I want to show y'all something too before we get into the Chris Rock story. Hold on a second. Anyway, by the way, how many of y'all seen the whole Chris Rock special?
I have not.
I haven't seen the whole Chris Rock special. I just seen the clips that have been going viral. And so we're gonna talk about it in a second. But before we get to that, I just wanted to know, did y'all see my co-host out here having a hot girl summer?
I did yesterday. Yes, I did. I did.
Co-host out here getting ready for hot girl summer on y'all ass.
Satter slay,
Wait, what the other
Sundays
one?
I don't put no makeup on and nothing. I be on here looking like a plain Jane with my 4 eyes. I was like, let me get him a little, little something. I clean up well. I
thought it was two. Where the other picture at?
No, the other one is in my stories, actually.
Oh, okay. I was I know I seen another one. I know I seen another. Hold on. Put your ass on.
You always trying to put somebody on blast.
Hold on. Shout out to there she go.
Sometimes I go off. Sometimes I go off.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, who saw that Chris Rock special? Chris Rock is not funny. Yeah. I think Chris Rock is funny, but from the clips that I saw, I didn't see nothing funny.
At all.
What was on the local news, Ma? What was on the local news, man?
They're talking about the Chris Rock stuff because I've heard the news clips and stuff. When just changing channels, they're talking about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Watched it. Lots of black hating jokes.
Michael Jackson was thrown under the bus. Of course, Will, Jada, Meghan Markle. I mean, her blackness is questionable. I don't think she knows she's black, but yeah.
So, okay, all I saw was the Will Smith stuff. So what do you say about Michael Jackson?
He brought up, the child molestation stuff, to my knowledge, is what people were saying. Actually, the better place to go is obviously Twitter. Dewan does a good breakdown, and also Nicole. What's her name? Nicole's View. Yeah.
All right, let me go to Twitter.
Nicole's View.
Let me go on Twitter and see what's popping on Twitter, so I can get up to speed. Because all I saw was the clips from the Will Smith rant, which I thought was corny as hell.
They said that he called Jada all kind of bees and stuff like that. It's like, dude,
that.
All that smoke should have been for Will right there on that stage that day. As a matter of fact, I got blocked from Twitter for 11 hours because Fox News posted some article or some story about some white dude that was on the set of Emancipation wanted to spit on Will or something like that. So I commented and said, well, if that's, Will should have knocked him out, if he did. And so Twitter banned me for 11 hours because they said I was promoting violence.
I saw Arsenio talking about that too, and that was even corny. It was Arsenio, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and a couple of white dudes sitting on the panel.
Oh, they love to perform for white people. So as they say, when you want to know how black people really feel, put some white people in the mix. That's when you're gonna get the truth.
The one B said maybe that Chris Rock special was unfunny and corny because I just went to go see Corey Holcomb at Give 5150 a Netflix special. Facts. Corey Holcomb is hilarious.
AF, I've seen him live before. I've seen him live.
Like Chris Rock, man, I'll say this. I always been a fan of Chris Rock, his stand-up movies and stuff for the most part. It's funny to me. A lot of people don't get his comedy, but I always thought he was funny to me. But the last one that he did on Netflix, Tambourine or whatever it was called, that shit was corny as hell. Ever since he got that facelift, I don't know, he just been unfunny.
And some teeth. Some teeth.
Whatever he got going on with his face, he's starting to look like Cat in the Hat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's just been unfunny ever since the surgery.
You know what else got me? And again, I didn't see this, but this is based. You guys can check this out on Dewan B's Instagram. He says that Chris Rock says that he prefers trans women over natural-born women in his special.
Did he say that? Oh my God!
Yo! I mean, he performing for them biscuits, ain't he?
Chris Rock started on Michael Jackson and R. Kelly 5 minutes into his special, equating an innocent black man with one legally convicted. Nigga couldn't wait to cut down other black men. This cat is a liberal feminist. Man. And my thing is, I could disagree with you all day. At least be funny, though. At least be funny. You can't be wrong and not funny. You got to pick a struggle.
Right. Dewan said Chris Rock hit us with the black joke on Draymond, hit us with Suge Knight, OJ, Michael Jackson, and R. Kelly punchlines. That whole set sounded like it was written in 1997. I wonder who writes his jokes. I would love to know if he's writing his own or does he have writers.
I said this sounds like some Louis C.K. Writing. That's what I said. This is stuff that white people find funny.
Right. But maybe that's who he was trying to be funny for.
it's a fall off, man. It's a major fall off for me. Like the Will Smith stuff is kind of old at this point. So you know what I mean. You should have came back a little bit quicker if you was gonna come back. And the thing is, like, you were supposed to be a victim, right? You were supposed to be poor Chris Rock. You know, Will was wrong. He ain't have to do Chris Rock like that. Chris ain't never hurt nobody. Chris wouldn't bust a grape. But now you come back doubling down on Jada, calling Jada all type of bitches and all of that stuff. And it's looking like you deserve to get slapped.
Right.
It's looking like you deserve to get slapped. Like, if you get slapped again now, are we supposed to feel sorry for Chris Rock?
I don't think we did, because I always felt that there was something to it. You know what I'm saying? You don't just go up there and slap a man, you know, based off these, you know, jokes that he's been telling for some years. Like, something been going on. Maybe people been talking behind the scenes. So he's like, okay, since this nigga talking, I'm gonna go up there and slap him in front of his peers. Now talk about that.
Right. Will, you should have never apologized, Will.
Right.
You should have never apologized, man. You did what you did. You know what I'm saying? You felt how you felt in the moment. You did what you did.
You know what? Tesla brought up a good point too, because remember, people asked him, you know, was a lot of stuff going around. People was like, why you didn't, you know, hit him back, or blah, blah, blah. And oh, it was because I was raised right, you know, blah, blah, blah. Right. But you and your brother were raised by the same parents, and your brother wasn't talking that talk. Oh, if that was me, I would have, you know, he should pull up while I was there. So aren't you guys, you know, raised by the same parents? So that didn't make sense. Your ass didn't hit back because you was a coward.
Not only that, that's 100% right. But not only that, he said his parents raised him not to fight in front of white people.
But you call a black people or black woman a bitch in front of white people.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Not just that, you know, I was raised right and I know how to behave. It's like, no, I know how to behave in front of white people.
White people.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, okay, now you know who Chris Rock is. He told you right there who he is. You know what I'm saying? And we've been new, because remember when he was sitting around with Louis C.K. and all of those white comedians, and they was using the N-word over and over again, and he just sitting there caca and kikiing.
Didn't check nothing.
Remember that shit?
Now remember, Ice Cube did check Bill Maher when he was doing it. Hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like, we cool, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
told him to his face.
Easily to his face, right there on stage. Like, we gonna check you right now. I ain't sending no email. You know, I'm gonna address this right now. Since you feel like because you sleep with black women, you know what I'm saying, and you had a sip of Kool-Aid, you think it's okay to talk like that in front of a black man. Absolutely not.
Shout out to Ice Cube. He the realest.
Man.
Well, who's Chris Rock's ventriloquist? Who the hell is Chris Rock's ventriloquist?
Right.
Right. Some chick named Star. You better drop that link in that chat. All right. Yeah, run them streams up on oh, she put the spear in the shield. That's okay. Y'all can run the streams up on that too. Run the streams up on that master table while you at it. But yeah, man, I thought the Chris Rock stuff that I saw wasn't funny at all. It was cringy. It was corny. It was coonish.
I just DM'd you on Twitter that video actually of him, you know, letting that white dude talk crazy. Just for those who may not have seen it.
Okay.
You know, he got smoke for other black people, but he has no smoke, you know, for the palm color people.
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta share the screen with y'all. Yeah, this was Chris Rock been on that bullshit, man. All right, can y'all see?
It's not up yet. Here it comes. Yes. Can you make it bigger? There we go. Full screen.
The negative things we think about black people. This fucker.
You're saying I'm a nigger.
Yes, you are the niggerest fucking white man I have ever.
Amazing. I don't think he could do that.
And look. Seinfeld was the one that was like,
that ain't cool.
I ain't gonna be a part of this. Right here.
And he said it with a hard R, y'all.
There's only two. I mean, no, you don't even understand.
Really?
You don't really know him. Like, I've worked with him.
No, like your bit about.
I wouldn't use it anywhere.
No, exactly. These two.
We say nigger on stage.
On stage.
You guys don't. That's an interesting two teams
That's
here.
the difference between
That's right. That's right. We say
pair
nigger on
up in
stage. You
different
guys
ways,
don't.
but that's definitely a pairing. Who
We
says
say-
nigger on stage? We don't.
Well, you just did.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
You and me say
No,
nigger in
no,
private.
no.
These two guys don't. I don't believe he says it in private
I've
much.
given it up just because it's played.
I don't believe it's. I don't think you've ever said it probably in your life.
No.
I don't think- no. Yeah, that's it. That's the huge difference between you and me. I think.
Well,
That's what I've said
you
it.
found the humor of it.
Yeah.
I haven't found it.
Right.
Nor do I seek it.
I mean,
So-
I'm going to find a way. Find a way.
Can I squeeze?
You know what
comedy
though,
out of
Jerry?
nigger?
All of a sudden, having a great nigger bit would be pretty amazing.
Oh,
It
wow.
would be amazing.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Because he retired it.
Yeah.
He retired.
Be
That's
negative.
book breaking.
And because remember Seinfeld is kind of on edge about it because remember Kramer had that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that the same show?
I think it is Kramer. That's Kramer. Kramer,
Yeah,
that white, yeah.
Kramer's on Seinfeld show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I ain't tripping. So yeah, he remember when that whole thing went down, and so he's like, nah, I ain't trying to be a part of this now. I don't find it funny.
Right.
But Chris Rock sitting there showing all 32 big ass donkey teeth.
Chompers. All his chompers.
Damn, I guess I got my answer. What was the question, Killmonger? I missed your question. Yo, was the special good or no? Oh, I didn't see the whole special yet.
We haven't looked at it. But it's on Netflix, you know.
It is on Netflix?
It is on Netflix.
I'll get around to it one of these days. I still haven't watched The American Maroon yet.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
I haven't started it yet.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do that. I still have to look at it with the family. I only saw it at the the museum. So I want to look at it again with the family though.
Yeah. I just want to have a nice time where I could sit down and really watch it and take it in. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted me to put it on with my man anyway. We got the back of the barbershop locked down though. We got our own little executive suites in the back, with the TV back there. He wanted to put it on in there, but I'm like, I ain't gonna watch it while I'm cutting hair. I'm not gonna really pay attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to watch it in the crib and really soak up the game. Meanwhile, my elementary school age boy was recently suspended for laying the hand of Ogun on someone that called her the N-word. Shout out to your daughter.
Shout out. Yes.
Shout out to your daughter.
We baptized with these hands. That was a baptism.
All right. Oh, well.
Yeah.
You got a little vacation. That ain't no suspension.
Yeah.
That's a vacation. Make sure you take her for some ice cream or something. You know what I mean? She need what do you call that? What do you call that when you gotta like de-stress? Whatever you call it. She needs some time away from school to just get her mind right. You know what I mean? So yeah, take her to do something nice. Go watch Creed or something. Anybody seen Creed yet?
I've been thinking about going tonight.
I want to see
Creed. It's still early. I think I want to go.
Oh, you took her to get ice cream? That's what's up. Yeah, I wanted to watch Bone Jones fight last night. Anybody seen that Bone Jones fight?
I didn't see it. Nope.
I heard he whooped that dude ass.
My brother, Attorney Awesome, was posting about it. He's really into that. His brother also fights, so I was expecting to see it from him.
Yeah. Haven't seen American Maroon yet. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Who here watched American Maroon, the whole thing? Type of number 7 in the chat if you've seen American Maroon. We know you've seen it. Was you tipsy though when you seen it?
No, I had one drink.
That don't count.
I only had one drink, and it was way earlier before the movie had gone off. So one drink.
Yo, Star don't miss nothing. Dang. Oh, Crown 808 watched it
Crown
already.
808 too. Yeah.
Crown 808 watched it already. I'm hearing great reviews, man.
I'm like I told y'all, I'm so happy and proud of Chase McGee. He got a lot of airtime, well deserved. I'm gonna actually put him up there with the master teachers. I see that for him. Dr. Ma'at, I love her. Everybody did well, but you know how you have your faves and people that you're super excited to see. So it's gonna obviously be Chase. No, yeah, Chase for me. Of course, Dr. Randy Short. And then Dr. Randy Short killed it. He always does. I actually sent him a love offering the day before yesterday because I was just so proud of him. He did so well.
Oh, that means I can find it on YouTube then. The fight was over in 3 minutes.
Like 5 minutes.
That means I can find that joint on YouTube. It's a 3-minute clip. Damn, you got it over that quick? Damn. Shout out to Bone Jones. Shout out to Bone Jones. All right. And so, yeah, man, we about to get up out of here. I think I'm going to make some pasta.
Okay, Nina Turner, sit your ass down. She just put on here, you cannot ban LGBTQIA people from existing. Who's trying to?
Yeah, who's trying
Who's trying to? If anyone that's trying, they're trying to ban from existing is us with all these state-sanctioned murders on Black bodies.
Listen,
like, who's trying to? Girl, shut up.
She said, read the whole thing.
You cannot ban LGBTQIA+ people from existing.
Listen, if we give them their own, and I'm not saying we should do this, right? LGBTQ people are allowed to exist in any space that they want to exist in. You know what I'm saying? What they do with their lifestyle, that's their business. That's how I feel. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, if we were to give them their own territory, their own island or something, or whatever the case may be, they would, how did she word it again? Read it again one more time.
You cannot ban LGBTQIA+ people from existing. All these damn alphabets.
So if we put them all in one territory together, they would eventually ban themselves because it's non-procreative sex.
Right.
They can't reproduce. So what we talking about?
She ain't talking about nothing. She ain't talking about it. And it's funny because Maj Touré actually replied. And so he has this hoodie that he sells, and it has the acronym LGBTQ+, and it says, "Let's get Biden to quit, plus Kamala." I like the shirt. I like this. I like this.
That's Maj.
Yeah, I like the shirt.
Maj. Yes, indeed, man. All right. So yeah, man. Anybody streaming the Master's Table album?
All day, every day.
Who was at the listening party the other day, man? I want to thank everybody who came to the listening party because that was incredible.
It was.
That was incredible. We had a good time at the listening party for the Master's Table. And so again, was we live when we was talking about this earlier, or was we talking about?
No, we were talking about it behind.
Yeah.
No, we weren't.
Because we're trying to organize an event out here in Atlanta. We're trying to lock down a venue and do a live event where we could perform some of the records. But we also want to bring out some other artists to be able to do their thing too. We want to collaborate with other people and just put on a whole
production,
whole joint. Word up. And so yeah, y'all stay tuned for that. That's something we're working on. Musicians, holla at me. We definitely want live instrumentation brought to the stage. You know what I'm saying? If you play drums, if you play a horn, guitar, bass, you know what I'm saying? Please holla at me. Let's make something happen.
Two. I know one both of them, they're brothers. One is a drummer and one is he actually plays bass and guitar, and they're out there in Manchester, Georgia.
Yeah, tell them to holla at me, man. Tell them to holla at me. Let's link up. Musicians, let's link up. I want to work with live musicians. You know what I'm saying? I already got my DJ. We cool on that. I want to work with some live musicians for these events. And so, excuse me. And so there's that. Make sure y'all streaming the album. Make sure y'all pre-ordering the book, the children's book, Seven's Big Move at godcastbooks.com. Make sure y'all going to pre-order that joint. Sunshine is a hot joint. Okay, yep. Y'all like Sunshine? Yep.
Sunshine.
Yep. All 3 hours. It was epic. Oh, it's talking about the party. Yep. We had a good time. Yeah, 3 hours. People was on here with us. 3 hours.
It was a party. You know, Negroes like to turn up.
And so, what is it? I think Tuesday night, I'll be back here with Aida and my son Zelo, and we're going to do the lyrical breakdown for the song Black Death. That's going to be the first in the new series, the Masters Decoded. We're going to break down all the records, and I'll probably go into some of the records from the previous projects as well. But yeah, that's going to be the new series starting this Tuesday. Make sure y'all tune in for that.
Also, Pick Me Godcast is back this Thursday, y'all, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And I have my brother and sister, they're married, Body by O, 318, and his wife, Tactical Social Worker Tasha. And they are going to be on with us talking marriage is. What is marriage, y'all?
Marriage is.
Marriage is.
Marriage is. That's going to be a hot one.
Fire.
No.
And if you're not following them, make sure you're following her at Tactical Social Worker, and also follow Body by O at Body by O 318 on Instagram.
No Black Business Showcase Wednesday though, right?
There's no Black Business Showcase this Wednesday. I purposely didn't do that. That's my son's 18th birthday. So we'll be doing dinner. Yeah, I purposely didn't book anyone.
Happy born day to all the Pisces.
Yes.
Happy born day to all the Pisces in the building. My birthday is on the 17th. And so this Wednesday, I'm going to be on the Melvin Air podcast. Me and DJ RP Beats.
Okay.
Will be on the Melvin Air podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Melvin Air podcast on YouTube. Me and RP going to be on there Wednesday promoting the new project and all that, chopping it up with the fam over there. But yeah, my birthday is on the 17th. And so I'm feeling celebratory this time. Usually I don't really care. Another day, but I'm feeling a little celebratory this time, and I want a gift. So if anybody wants to contribute to my gift, I want those goddamn AirPod Max Pros.
AirPod Max Pros.
Them headphones is fire. I want a pair of those AirPod Max Pro headphones. And so if you want to contribute to my birthday, hit the Cash App. Right?
Hit the Cash App right now.
Godcast Love with the number 7.
There you go.
Matter of fact, send it to $godcastent. That way it could be a business purchase. You know what I mean? I write that off under the business.
Right. Purchase. But just make sure you put on there for the headphones, birthday gift, or happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I want those headphones, y'all. I won't be never asking for nothing for my birthday. Y'all got to hook me up. Everybody, every little bit counts. Send me $1.
We all can piece up. Let's all piece up.
$10. Everybody send me something. My birthday is on the 17th. All right. So every time I come on here, I'm gonna remind y'all I want them damn headphones. All right, man. That's it. That's all we got.
That's it. That's all we got. Make sure you guys tune in this Thursday. Make sure you're following both Sincere and I. You can find him at Sincere Love the God on all platforms, and you can find me at Nicey Girl without the 1 on Twitter and with the number 1 on what is that, Instagram? Nicey Girl with the 1 on Instagram. And that's girl spelled Gurl, by the way.
What's up, Cynthia? Shout out to your granddaddy.
Hey, Cynthia. And congratulations to you on your nomination.
Oh, yeah. The Gospel Award, right?
Yes. Shout out to her.
Yep. Dope. And Jukes, go to hell. You calling me old? Hey, Sincere, you go back to the old hip hop days. No, nigga, no. I'm young.
Like, don't age you, huh?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. So appreciate everybody tapping with us as always live. If you're watching us on the replay, make sure y'all hit the like buttons. Make sure y'all share this out. Let everybody know, that we do this thing every week. All of the YouTube stuff. Hit us up so we can get in that algorithm and all of that. And I'll see y'all in a couple of days. Remember, family, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. Peace and Black love.
Most resilient, we poster children of prophecy fulfillment. We gotta be God's children.